So for the Abbey project, we were interested in looking at the impact of the Abbey unit on residents with dementia living in long-term care staff, as well as family members of the residents that live in long-term care.
With the large number of clients with dementia, that is very challenging to make sure that we're looking at how can we improve the quality of their life. So we're always looking at opportunities and ways to actually improve someone's quality of life.
What is the impact that technology like Abbey can have on both staff and family members?
It takes a long time to be able to allow people who have challenging behaviors to try to maintain some of their abilities. So this is a really good, this is a very good avenue, a very good venue to help residents, and it's another good way to help the staff get to know who the residents are.
We realized very early in our dementia journey that this was a quality of life issue. And we realized for this population of people who are living with moderate to more advanced levels of dementia, that the quality of life for this population was almost exclusively dependent on the quality of care provided by the care environment.
So mostly the popular game is the balloon and the drive-in and all their pictures on there, and the music. They love the music.
First started reaching, he couldn't reach the knobs with this arm. Now he can. So already you're improving.
So previous to the installation of the unit, my mom was often very agitated when I would come in to see her. We were sort of going for a walk around, pushing her wheelchair, and I saw the unit, and I said, oh, this. And as soon as we approached it, you could notice the recognition in my mom's face, because she had used it before with me, but with the other residents and the staff as well. And as soon as we wheeled up to it, she was reaching out for the cat and petting the cat. And then we watched all the pictures of the cats, and you could see it's almost a visible calmness that was beginning to take effect. So then we watched some of the other things. She turned some of the dials. There was a cartoon of Popeye that came on, and I said, oh, Mom, you know this one. And right away she started singing I'm Popeye the Sailor Man, I live in a garbage can. And there was no prompting from me. It was just the music and the words aren't on that cartoon, but so she was responding to what was there without me having to prompt her. When she's interacting with it, she's much calmer. I like to call it grounding her. And often I can ground her, but not always. So this gives me another opportunity to sort of ground her, calm her. Then you can actually have a visit, and you see that her interaction with staff is better as well too. She's more sort of calmer and accepting of what's going on around her.
We have one gentleman that not only does he have dementia, but he has Asperger's. So it can be a real challenge. When we first got it, he really didn't want anything to do with it. And then he come through one day and seen the picture of the birds that come up on it. And now he's one of the ones that we have to wait for him to get done with it so that we can use it for other residents. And I mean, I think that's fabulous because it's given him more of an outlet, something positive that he can focus on.
So family members are using it with their own family members, and I've also noticed they're using it with other residents as well. Some of the music and shows and images that are on the AAT are kind of across the board interest to a lot of our residents. So one will be looking at a picture of a garden, and another resident will walk by and, oh, that's beautiful, and then it starts that conversation. So it's been helping our residents engage with one another, I find as well.
Abbey's a good tool for that because it's designed for anybody to use. It's user-friendly, it's simple. It's there in the environment, so you don't have to set up an activity. You don't have to then stand there and ensure that the equipment is all put away at the end of the activity. It's available to you 24/7. So to me, it's a simple resource to use.
If they can take somebody to Abbey and mitigate those disruptive behaviors and get a smile on their face, for them that's worth its weight in gold.
In terms of outcomes for the seniors, that was very interesting for me to see how Abby may improve aggressive behaviors, especially in patients with dementia diagnosis, and also if it has an impact on slowing down the regression that these patients may have, because it's a benefit too.
And we know that one of the heartbreaks for family is when they come to visit and that resident doesn't recognize them, that resident doesn't even want to be with them, So again, if they see those old pictures, if they hear that old music that has been downloaded into the Abbey, then family can have a quality visit with them. And that's all we ask for, and that's all the family asks for, right? Is if with someone with dementia, when they come to visit, that they have a good visit. So the Abbey has been able to play a role in that.
And for those who are also cognitively well, I've seen there's one lady you see her, if you go there now, she's probably still popping those balloons, and it's like a goal and stimulating. And so I think for individuals or as staff or family going with a resident, it's been really beneficial.
So we see that we have evidence-based support that Abbey's being effectively designed to promote independent engagement in meaningful activities for people with dementia. After 3 months of using Abbey, we see a significant reduction in agitated behaviors in residents. So specifically, we see lower physically non-aggressive behaviors such as exit seeking and pacing. We see lower verbally non-aggressive behaviors such as repetitive sentences or questions, and we see lower verbally aggressive behaviors such as screaming. We also see reduced paranoia and delusional ideation, fewer activity disturbances, as well as lower aggressiveness, and fewer anxieties and phobias in residents. And we also see a significant improvement in quality of life. And it also helps to alleviate staff burnout, which is often reported in long-term care homes. So Abbey is an effective non-pharmacological, technologically based solution that has the potential to greatly assist staff in managing responsive behaviors using personalized content for residents and engaging them in physically and mentally stimulating activities. The Abbey is easy to access and available at any time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
The distraction that it gives them, and it gives them that, even if it's 5 minutes of peace for herself, that's worth it. It's completely worth it.
I think I love the Abbey.